Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. I did not include Wormwood or Brother Lou's books in the poll because I will never stop reading them until I run out of them. But I will always continue to teach Yahuah's word, Yahuah's truth, Shaymayim, Book of the CEPHERIYM, the heavens, a collection of writings on the heavens. And we are on 1st Enoch 91. And I should be able to read 92 today as well, because they're not as long right now. Praise Yahuah. Okay. So, 1st Enoch 91. And now, my son, Methuselah, call to me all your brethren, and assembled for me all the children of your mother. For a voice calls me, and the Ruach is poured out upon me, that I may show you everything which shall happen to you forever. Then Methuselah went, called to him all his brethren, and assembled his kindred, and conversing with all his children in truth, said, Hear, my children, every word of your father, and listen in uprightness to the voice of my mouth. For I would gain your attention while I address you. My beloved, be attached to integrity and walk in it. That is a very important saying right there. It's something to live by. Approach not integrity with a double heart, nor be associated with double-minded men, but walk, my children, in righteousness, which will conduct you in good paths, and let truth be your companion. For I know that oppression will exist and prevail on earth, that on earth great punishment shall in the end take place, and that there shall be a consummation of all iniquity, which shall be cut off from its root, and every fabric shall pass away. Iniquity, however, shall again be renewed and consummated on earth. Every act of crime and every act of oppression and impiety shall be a second time embraced. When therefore iniquity, sin, blasphemy, tyranny, and every work shall increase, and transgression, impiety, and uncleanness also shall increase, upon them all great punishment be inflicted from the Shaymayim or heaven. This right here explains exactly what's been going on in the world today. Tyranny, blasphemy, sin, iniquity, transgression, impiety, and uncleanness. We see it everywhere. They even changed the meaning of gender and sex. They don't mean the same thing anymore. They're different. Way different. Hashatan's hand was in that, for sure. The Kodesh Yahuah shall go forth. I apologize for the barking. Roscoe gets kind of wild. I paused the video, and it's very strange because I woke up to go to the bathroom at exactly 3:33 last night, or in the wee hours. But I am going to continue on from where we left off now that Roscoe is not disrupting the video. Okay, so I was at the Kodesh Yahuah shall go forth in wrath, and upon them all shall great punishment from Shaymayim or heaven be inflicted. The Kodesh Yahuah shall go forth in wrath and with punishment, that he may execute judgment upon Eretz, or upon the earth. In those days oppression shall be cut off from its roots, and iniquity with fraud shall be eradicated, done away with, perishing from under heaven. All the idols of the nations, there's a number next to this, every place of strength shall be surrendered with its inhabitants. So I believe they're meaning like the White House, anything that has a steeple on it, anything that has an obelisk or a big bell or anything like that is going to be eradicated. Or like courthouses and places where they've erected idols. With fire shall it be burnt. They shall be brought from every part of the earth and be cast into a judgment of fire. They shall perish in wrath and by a judgment overpowering them forever. Other places I believe that will be burnt during this time by Yahuah are abortion clinics. I was just thinking of that. Righteousness shall be raised up from slumber, and wisdom shall be raised up and conferred upon them. Then shall the roots of iniquity be cut off. Sinners perish by the sword, and blasphemers be annihilated everywhere. Those who meditate oppression and those who blaspheme by the sword shall perish. And now, my children, I will describe and point out to you the path of righteousness and the path of oppression. I will again point them out to you that you may know what is to come. Hear now, my children, and walk in the path of righteousness, but shun that of oppression. For all who walk in the path of iniquity shall perish forever. I'm stuck in the BYNV. First Enoch 92. That which was written by Enoch, he wrote all this instruction of wisdom for every man of dignity and every judge on the earth, for all my children who dwell upon earth, and for subsequent generations, conducting themselves uprightly, and peaceably, full of shalom. Let not your Ruach, your indwelling of Yahuah, your wind or breath, it says on the bottom, or violent exhalation, be grieved on account of the times. Okay, so that sounds like the indwelling Ruach of Yahuah. Don't let your Ruach be grieved during these times. For the Kodesh, the Great One, has prescribed a period to all. Let the righteous man arise from slumber. Arise. Let him arise and proceed in the path of righteousness, in all its paths, and let him advance in goodness and eternal clemency. Mercy shall be showed to the righteous man, upon him shall be conferred integrity and power forever. In goodness and in righteousness shall he exist, and shall walk in everlasting light, but sin shall perish in eternal darkness, nor be seen from that time forward forevermore. Okay. And I can do 1 Enoch 93. After this, Enoch began to speak from a Sepher. And Enoch said, concerning the children of righteousness, concerning the elect of the world, the chosen ones, and concerning the plant of righteousness and integrity. These things will I speak of, and will I explain to you, my children. I am Enoch, in consequence of that which has been shown to me from my heavenly vision, and from the voice of the watchers and the Kodesh ones. It says watchers and Kodesh ones. Watchers who did not fall along with the wicked ones. Have I acquired knowledge? He got knowledge from them. And from the tablet of Shaymayim, or heaven, have I acquired understanding. Enoch then began to speak from a Sepher, and said, I have been born the 7th in the 1st week, while judgment and righteousness wait with patience. But after me in the 2nd week, great wickedness shall arise, and fraud shall spring forth. In that week the end of the 1st shall take place, in which man will be saved. 238. It says, mankind shall be safe. I don't believe all mankind. I believe just the ones that were not wicked, the righteous, will be saved. But when it is completed, iniquity shall grow up, and he shall execute the decree upon sinners. There's a number next to decree. Decree, it says, the deluge after the 1st millennium, in the middle of the 2nd millennium. So we're getting close to that time right now. And that's why I wanted to read this to you guys, and I wanted to teach from this for you guys. Afterwards, in the 3rd week, during its completion, a man of the plant of righteousness of righteous judgment shall be selected, and after him the plant of righteousness shall come forever. Okay, there's a number next to man. So let me see here if this... Okay, King Dawid at the end of the 3rd millennium. And the plant has a number, HaMashiach, at the end of the 4th millennium. So the coming of Yahusha, the second coming of Yahusha. Okay, subsequently, in the 4th week during its completion, the visions of the Kodesh and the righteous shall be seen. The order of generation after generation, and a habitation shall be made for them. Then in the 5th week during its completion, the house of glory and of dominion shall be erected forever. There's a number next to dominion. The reestablishment and rebuilding of the called out assembly through the 5th and 6th millennium. You can find reference to this in Zechariah 6:12. All right. After that, in the 6th week, all those who are in it shall be darkened. The hearts of all of them shall be forgetful of wisdom, and in it shall a man arise and come forth. And that is Mashiach at the end of the 6th millennium. And during its completion, he shall burn the house of dominion with fire, and all the race of the elect, root, shall be dispersed. Dispersed, there's a number with that. The destruction of Jerusalem and the disbursement of those who dwell in that land at the end of the 6th millennium and the beginning of the 7th. Afterwards, in the 7th week, a perverse generation shall arise. Abundant shall be its deeds, and all its deeds perverse. During its completion, the righteous shall be selected from the everlasting plant of righteousness, and to them shall be given the 7-fold doctrine of his whole creation. Afterwards there shall be another week, the 8th, of righteousness, to which shall be given a sword to execute judgment and justice upon its oppressors. Okay, there's a number next to the 8th, the beginning of the 8th millennium. Sinners shall be delivered up into the hands of the righteous, who during its completion shall acquire habitations by their righteousness. A place for them to be safe during the time of the wicked being destroyed off the earth. And the house of the great king shall be established for celebrations forever. And this in the 9th week shall the judgment of the righteous be revealed to the whole world. Every work of the wicked shall disappear from the whole earth. The world shall be marked for destruction, and all men shall be on the watch for the path of integrity. The narrow way, the way of Yahuah. Not the wide road to destruction. The narrow one. And after this, on the 7th day of the 10th week, there shall be an everlasting judgment, which shall be executed upon the watchers. The ones that, the fallen angels, the fallen ones, I believe. It doesn't have a concordance number, so I'm just bringing it from what my understanding of it is. The former Shaymayim, or heaven, shall depart and pass away. A renewed Shaymayim, or heaven, shall appear, and all the celestial powers shine with 7-fold splendor forever. Afterwards, likewise, shall there be many weeks, which shall externally exist in goodness and in righteousness. Neither shall sin be named there forever and ever. Who is there of all the children of men capable of hearing the voice of the Kodesh One without emotion? Who is there capable of thinking his thoughts? Who is capable of contemplating all the workmanship of heaven? Who of comprehending the deeds of heaven? He may behold its animation, but not its Ruach. He may be capable of conversing, but not of ascending. He may see all the boundaries of these things and meditate upon them, but he can make nothing like them. Who of all men is able to understand the breadth and length of the earth? By whom have been seen the dimensions of all these things? Is it every man who is capable of comprehending the extent of heaven, what its elevation is, and by what it is supported? How many are the numbers of the stars, and where all the luminaries remain at rest? I believe the only one that knows how to do this is Yahusha. Okay, we are on 1 Enoch 94. And now let me exhort you, my children, to love righteousness and to walk in it. For the cycles of righteousness are worthy of acceptance. But the paths of iniquity shall suddenly fail and be diminished. To men of note in their generation, the paths of oppression and death are revealed, but they keep far from them and do not follow them. Now let me exhort you righteous, not to walk in the paths of evil and oppression, nor in the paths of death. Approach them not, that you may not perish, but covet, and choose for yourselves righteousness and a good life. Walk in the paths of peace, shalom, that you may live and be found worthy. Retain my words in your inmost thoughts, and obliterate them not from your hearts. For I know that sinners counsel men to commit crime craftily. They are not found in every place, nor does every counsel possess a little of them. Woe to those who build iniquity and oppression, and who lay the foundation of fraud, for suddenly shall they be subverted and never obtain peace. Woe to those who build up their houses with crime, for from their very foundations shall their houses be demolished, and by the sword shall they fall. Those, too, who acquire gold and silver shall justify and suddenly perish. Woe to you who are rich, for in your riches you have trusted, but from your riches you shall be removed, because you have not remembered Al Elyon in the days of your prosperity. You have committed blasphemy and iniquity, and are destined to the day of the effusion of blood, to the day of darkness, and to the day of great judgment. This I will declare and point out to you, that he who created you will destroy you. When you fall, he will not show you mercy, but your Creator will rejoice in your destruction. Let those then who shall be righteous among you in those days detest sinners and the wicked. First Enoch 95 is another short one. I think we're going to go through 96. Yeah, because 97 is a little bit longer. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that my eyes were clouds of water, that I might weep over you and pour forth my tears like rain, and rest from the sorrow of my heart. Who has permitted you to hate and transgress? Judgment shall overtake you, you sinners. The righteous shall not fear the wicked, because Elohim will again bring them into your power, that you may avenge yourselves of them according to your pleasure. Woe to you, who shall be so bound by execrations that you cannot be released from them, the remedy being far removed from you on account of your sins. Woe to you, who recompense your neighbor with evil, for you shall be recompensed according to your works. Woe to you, false witnesses, who aggravate iniquity, for you shall suddenly perish. Woe to you, sinners, for you reject the righteous. For you receive or reject those who do iniquity, and their yoke shall prevail over you. So we get a little more understanding here. This is why I'm kind of explaining what some of this means, because I noticed that myself. I forgot what I read in First Enoch 69 and the couple chapters before that, about the giants and about how the fallen angels came and impregnated women, and they were cast down and put into chains. And I had to go back and read that again and kind of skim through it and see, because I totally forgot about it. So I need to kind of assess the reading while I'm reading it, so that, and explain what's being said, so that I understand it and I remember, and so that you guys understand it and you guys remember. I'm going to read one more chapter today, and then he's learning along with us.
We're all learning.
Yeah.
Just because she might be reading, it doesn't mean that we know it all. We're just reading and learning with you.
Yeah, we're learning with you.
That's how I feel. I don't like when people comment. There's some bad comments on there. People are saying, we're false teaching. We're not. I don't understand. That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
Someone say something so rude. We're not saying.
I think that was so long ago. That was a long time ago, and it wasn't on my channel. It was on someone else's channel when I was putting comments up. They were saying that I was a know-it-all, but I'm learning along with you guys. Some of this stuff is new to me as well, because I've never read through Enoch myself. So I'm reading it along with you guys and learning along with you. So this part, woe to you, false witnesses, you who aggravate iniquity, for you shall suddenly perish. That is people that are witnessing and doing testimony to Yahuah, but they are living unrighteously. Those ones will perish, or they don't treat their neighbors with respect. Okay, now I'm going to go on to 1st Enoch 96, and that'll be our last chapter for the day. I'm sorry I'm running the video a little long, but that's because I'm explaining as I'm reading. I hope you guys like this teaching better than me just reading through. Wait and hope, you righteous, for suddenly shall sinners perish from before you, and you shall exercise dominion over them, according to your will. Oh, my foot is asleep. Great. Pin needles. In the day of the sufferings of sinners, your offspring shall be elevated. Praise Yah. And lifted up like eagles. Your nest shall be more exalted than that of the avest. You shall ascend and enter into the cavities of the earth and into the clefts of the rocks forever, like conies, from the sight of the wicked, who shall groan over you and weep like sirens. Sirens are they call them mythical, but they're spoken of in scripture, and like they're spoken of right here. They're the ones that are in the sea. They're evil beings that people say they see mermaids in the ocean, and I've seen videos of them. So they are real. So the scriptures are speaking truth. In the day of the sufferings of the sinners. Okay, sorry, I read that part. You shall not fear those who trouble you, for restoration shall be yours. A splendid light shall shine around you, and the voice of tranquility shall be heard from heaven, or Shaymayim. So Yahuah will be speaking to us in these days, and he will be showing us that everything is going to be okay for his elect, his chosen. He doesn't want us to feel lost. It's good. Yes. I know. Thank you. Woe to you sinners, for your wealth makes you resemble Kodashim, but your hearts reproach you that you are sinners. So they're saying that here, Enoch is saying that some of the wealthy resemble Kodashim, or resemble the chosen ones, but they're really wicked and evil, and they're really sinners in their hearts. They don't really care, like some of the people that had to, like, you know, the song that says no, from the bottom, started from the bottom, now we're here. Yeah, so like these, they're talking about the wealthy that don't help others, that don't love their neighbor, that disrespect people. They're talking about the wealthy that are like the people in, let's say, Hollywood, because Hollywood is full of sin. It seems like the pit of Babylon right there. It feels like ground zero for Babylon. I feel like that's where the trouble is going to start, and where the destruction is going to start, because that is where a lot of wickedness lies, and where a lot of the wealthy live. This word shall testify against you for the remembrance of crime. As long as you have repented of all your crimes to Yahuah, and you truly mean it in your heart, Yahuah will forgive you. And he will forget and blot out all of your past crimes, as long as you don't keep repeating it. You can't keep repeating it after you repent. Woe to you who feed upon the glory of the grain and drink the strength of the deepest spring, and in your power tread down the humble. Okay, let's read this over slowly. Woe to you who feed upon the glory of the grain and drink the strength of the deepest spring, and in your power tread down the humble. Love you, babe. Okay, thank you. Yes.
Okay, yeah, love you guys.
Love you.
Okay, everyone have a good reading, okay? I gotta do some more.
Woe to you who drink water at pleasure, for suddenly shall you be recompensed, consumed, and withered, because you have forsaken the foundation of life, forgotten the Torah, forgotten the commandments, and these people are living pleasurably in life, and they feel like everything is all sunshine and daisies, or sunshine and roses, and then they see the destruction coming upon them, and they become withered and consumed. Woe to you who act iniquitously, fraudulently, and blasphemously. There shall be a remembrance against you for evil. Woe to you powerful, who with power strike down the righteous, for the day of your destruction shall come. Yahuah hates those who hurt his elect. Don't lash out or have angry words with people that don't think as we do and don't believe in the name of Yahuah. They will get theirs given back to them tenfold by Yahuah in the end. So just smile and just say, I love you and I will pray for you. That's the best thing I can tell you. Woe to you powerful who with power strike down righteousness, for the day of your destruction shall come. At that very time many and good days shall be the portion of the righteous at the period of your judgment. Okay, next time we will be reading First Enoch 97. That one is a longer one, so I might just read 97. If it doesn't take me that long, I will read 97 through 100 or 97 through 102. I love you all, and I hope you all learned some lessons from this today, some important lessons about the end days, and that I hope that my new way of teaching is helping you guys absorb this information and learn it a little better. I'm doing it for myself as well as for you guys, because you guys are the apple of Yahuah's eye. You are the beloved chosen of Yahuah. The lost sheep, I know you're just learning, but you guys will get there. We'll get there together. And I've been in the truth for going on 7 years now, and me and my husband have been together for 10 years, and we rejoice in Yahuah, and we rejoice when new people come into the fold. Yahuah rejoices in the Shaymayim when the lost sheep come into the fold. He loves us all with an everlasting love, and I love you all with a clean heart and a clean Ruach. Baruch haba b'Shem Yahuah. Shalom and blessings. I love you so much.